Today we will be discussing about a simple permanent tissue, and that is known as the sclerenchyma. And this sclerenchyma is a dead mechanical tissue. On the last turn in the video we have discussed about a living mechanical tissue, and that was known as the collenchyma. But today we are discussing a tissue which is a dead mechanical tissue. Alright, and this tissue provides mechanical strength to plant. Alright, and the cells of sclerenchyma are long, that is elongated. The cells are long and thick-walled, lignified. Lignified means lignin is deposited, and because of which the cells become thick-walled. So cells of sclerenchyma are long, thick-walled, lignified, and they are dead. Because of the lignin deposition they become dead. So the cells of sclerenchyma are long, they are thick-walled, lignified, dead, and protoplasm is absent. Protoplasm is absent, and pits are also found. These pits may be simple pits or bordered pits. The place where lignin is not deposited, at that place pits are formed, and pits may be of two kinds. One is known as the simple pits and another are known as the bordered pits. So today we are studying about the sclerenchyma, which is a dead mechanical tissue. Cells are long, thick-walled, lignified, dead, and protoplasm is absent in them, and it is also found and it also consists of the pits. The pits may be simple pits or the bordered pits. Now this sclerenchyma tissue consists of two types of cells. It consists of two types of cells. One is known as the sclerenchymatous fibers. It consists of two types of the cells. Sclerenchyma consists of two types of the cells, sclerenchymatous fibers, and second one are known as the Sclerids. Alright, so first we will be discussing about the sclerenchymatous fibers. It is said that these are longest plant cells. Say for, I will be justifying my statement by giving an example. That is Bohumeria nevia. In Bohumeria nevia, the sclerenchymatous fibers, which are treated as cells, are 55 centimeter long. So this example justified that sclerenchymatous fibers are the longest plant cells. They have simple pits as well as bordered pits. Question may be asked from here that sclerenchymatous fibers are having simple pits, bordered pits, or both. So they may have simple pits as well as the bordered pits, and Sclerenchymatous fibers. Sclerenchymatous fibers are long, narrow, thick-walled, with tapering ends. I will make the diagram here to explain that what are tapering ends. Tapering end means this is a Sclerenchymatous fibers. Sclerenchymatous fibers are of like this type. Both the ends are tapering. Tapering means the ends are pointed. And one more thing, Sclerenchymatous fibers are long, narrow, thick-walled with tapering ends. Why they are thick-walled? They are thick-walled because of lignin deposition. And their cavity is very much reduced. There is a technical term used for this one, that their cavity is reduced, means obliterated. Obliterated means highly reduced. Why? Because of the lignin deposition. What will happen? The cavity will be regularly reduced in size. So this is the cavity. So this is reduced cavity. So Sclerenchymatous fibers are long, narrow, thick-walled because of lignin deposition with tapering ends, and their cavity is reduced. They have simple pits and bordered pits, and they are treated as the longest plant cells. Alright, now this is the introductory part of the Sclerenchymatous fibers, and these fibers give the plant mechanical support. Now, based on the structure, the Sclerenchymatous fibers are classified into various categories. Alright, so they are classified into how many categories? 2 categories. So there are 2 types of the Sclerenchymatous fibers based on the structure. Number 1 is the libriform fibers, and another are known as tracheal fibers. So number 1 is libriform fibers. First we'll be discussing libriform fibers. Now you must know that libriform fibers are mainly obtained from phloem. Alright, you must know that libriform fibers are obtained from, so they are mainly obtained from phloem. They are also obtained from pericycle. Right? They are thick-walled. And very much long fibers. And the fibers which are obtained from pericycle are also called as perivascular fibers. Remember this thing. Fibers which are obtained from pericycle are also called perivascular fibers, and these fibers are very much thick-walled and very much long. Okay, they are having narrow lumen. Lumen means cavity. They are having very much reduced cavity, and they have simple pits. Alright. So based on structure, the Sclerenchymatous fibers are of 2 types. One is libriform fiber and second one is tracheal. Tracheal fibers. Now, they are thick-walled. They are thick-walled and short fibers. Now see the difference. Here the fibers were long. Here the fibers are short. They are obtained only from xylem. They are obtained only from xylem. They have broad lumen. Here they were having narrow lumen. Here they are having broad cavity. Alright. Here they are obtained only from xylem. They were obtained from phloem as well as pericycle. Alright. And they have bordered pits. They have bordered pits. So these are two types of fibers, libriform fibers and tracheal fibers, based on structure. Now we'll be discussing the fibers based on the position. Now, based on position, the fibers are of various types. Number one, we'll be discussing surface fibers. What are surface fibers? Fibers present on seeds / fruits. Alright. Say for the number one surface fiber is seed surface fiber. Seed surface fiber. The best example of seed surface fiber is cotton fibers. Cotton fibers. They are found on surface of seed coats, or they are obtained from the surface of the seed coats, and hence they are called as the surface fibers. Now these cotton fibers are made of cellulose. They are non-lignified fibers, and hence they are called false fibers. They are called false fibers. Why? Because they are non-lignified. Now, these cotton fibers are of two types: lint and fuzz. Lint and fuzz. Now, lint fibers are long. Fuzz fibers are small. They are used in clothing, means they are used to make clothes, lint fibers, while the small fibers known as the fuzz fibers are called filling fibers. Why? Because they are used in filling, say for the pillows and all. Alright. So cotton fibers are two types, long and small. Now let's see here that these are the false fibers, but I will be quoting another example here which is also a surface fiber, and that is known as the coir fibers. What are coir fibers? They are obtained from mesocarp. Mesocarp is a sort of a fruit wall. Alright, they are obtained from mesocarp of coconut. They are obtained from mesocarp of coconut. They are They are lignified fibers. They are lignified fibers, and hence are true fibers, and hence are true fibers. Alright, so I have quoted you two examples, cotton fibers and coir fibers. Both are the surface fibers because they are found either on the surface of the seed. Cotton fibers are found on the surface of the seed, and they are obtained from the mesocarp, which is the fruit wall. Now, another type based on position, another type of the fibers are there known as intraxillary fibers. Known as intraxillary fibers. Now, intraxillary fibers, as the name is indicating, that these fibers are found in the xylem, and especially the secondary xylem. Especially they are obtained from secondary xylem. So the next one is based on position, intraxillary fibers. They are also called as wood fibers. Why they are called as intraxillary fibers? As they are obtained from xylem. They are obtained from xylem, especially secondary xylem of stem. They are obtained from secondary xylem of stem. They are hard fibers. They are hard fibers, because of which they are non-flexible. They are non-flexible. They cannot be knitted. They cannot be knitted. Why? Because they are too much hard, so they cannot be knitted. And commercially, that is economically not so much useful. The best example of intraxillary fibers are Sclerenchyma munja, which is in common language called as munj. If you have heard about munj, ropes are made in various parts of our country. So these are the intraxillary fibers. Now, very important fibers, and that are extraxillary fibers. Means they are not found within the xylem. Extraxillary fibers, also called as bast fibers. Also called as bast fibers. And we must know that bast means phloem. So they are obtained either from phloem, especially they are obtained from phloem, hence called as bast fibers, or from pericycle. Couple of minutes back I have said you that the fibers obtained from pericycle are also called as perivascular fibers. Alright, so they are obtained either from phloem or from pericycle. They are soft fibers. They are very much flexible. They can be knitted. And they are economically very important. Commercially, economically, they are very important. Say for, I will be quoting examples here. First one is fibers obtained from phloem. So the fibers obtained from phloem are Corcorus capsularis, which is called as jute, Crotalaria juncea, which is also called as Crotalaria juncea, Corchorus capsularis, Crotalaria juncea, also called as sun hemp, and the second is fibers obtained from pericycle. Now one more example is there, hibiscus sabdariffa, which is also called as patua. All these fibers are obtained from phloem, and fibers obtained from pericycle. Fibers obtained from pericycle are cannabis sativa, which is also called as hemp, and Linum uctaticemum, which are also called as flax fibers, Clear? So these are the phloem fibers. Fine. Now, so we were talking about the first type of the sclerenchymatous cells known as the sclerenchymatous fibers. Now coming to very important thing, coming to the second type of the sclerenchymatous cells, and that are known as the Sclerids. Now there is a chief difference between the sclerenchymatous fiber cells and the Sclerids. There is a little bit difference here. As you have seen that fibers were very much long, but the Sclerids, which is the second type of the cell of a sclerenchymatous tissue, Sclerids are small in size. They are small in size, narrow lumen, can be of various shapes, what you will see here, can be of various shape, not having pointed ends, alright, and Sclerids always have simple pits. In sclerenchymatous fibers, you have seen both simple and bordered pits were present, but here only simple pits are present. And the first type of the cells which are very important are called as brachysclerids, also called as stone cells, also called as grid cells. They are round in shape. Like this type. You can see here like this type. They are round in shape, brachysclerids, alright, and they are found in the drupe fruits. In drupe fruits, endocarp is stony, and this endocarp is stony or hard just because of the presence of the brachysclerids. So brachysclerids are called as stone cells or grid cells. They are round in shape. They are found in drupe fruits. Where in drupe fruits? So in drupe fruits, the endocarp is stony and is made of brachysclerids. Are you getting? The endocarp of the drupe fruits is made up of brachysclerids. Say for, I will be quoting example, walnut. You can see that the endocarp is very much hard. Walnut. Say for almond, again too much hard. Mango, too much hard. Is it clear? So the endocarp is hard here. Brachysclerids are also found in pulp of certain fruits. It is also found in pulp of certain fruits. For example, if you have heard about the pear fruit, so it is the grittiness or the crispiness of pear fruit is because of presence of these cells. So pear fruit is gritty, it is crispy in nature just because of the presence of the brachysclerids in the pulp of the fruit. Fine. Not only this, they are also found in pulp of guava and sapota. You know what is sapota? In common language it is also called as chiku. Many people are not knowing that chiku is also called as the sapota. So they are found in pulp of guava and sapota. So I was talking about the first type of the sclerid known as the brachysclerid. Alright. Now coming to the second cell, and that is known as the macrosclerids. Now they are also called as rod cells, or they may also be called it as Malpighi cells. They are like this type. They are rod shaped in structure. And where these macrosclerids are found? So they are found in seed coats of leguminous plants, because of which they are too much hard. The best example is gram seed. If you see the gram seed, its seed coat is very hard. So the hard seed coat of the leguminous plant, say for the gram seed, is just because of the presence of the macrosclerids. Clear? Third is osteosclerids. As the name is indicating, osteosclerid means they are also called as bone cells. Why? Because they are bone shaped. They are bone shaped, and examples are, they are found in leaves of Hackia and Osmanthus. They are found in leaves of Hackia and Osmanthus. Clear? Fourth type of the sclerids are known as Asterosclerids. Asterosclerids, as the name is indicating, that asterosclerids are star shaped. You can also call it as stellate, like this type. They are star shaped, also called as asterosclerids. They are found in tea leaves, also found in leaves of floating hydrophytes, also found in leaves of floating hydrophytes. And remember one thing more, that these osteosclerids are also called as pillar cells. They are also called as prop cells. Clear? Now the fifth one is known as Tricho Sclerid. Now Tricho Sclerids are also called internal hairs, They are bifurcated cells, like this type. These are bifurcated cells and also found in leaves of floating hydrophytes. Leaves of floating hydrophytes. One thing I want to say, here I am putting a note that Sclerids and Tricho Sclerids are found in leaves of Victoria, which is a hydrophytic plant, Nilambo, which is a hydrophytic plant, and another hydrophytic plant known as Nymphia. So just now we have talked about 5 types of the Sclerids. The number one was known as the Brachysclerid, number 2 was the Macrosclerid, number 3 is the Osteosclerid, number 4 is the Asterosclerid, and number 5 is the Tricho Sclerid. Okay, so in today's video we have discussed completely the Sclerenchymatous tissue as well as its types of the cells. We have discussed 2 types of the cells, Sclerenchymatous fibers and the Sclerids. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching me, and the next upcoming video will be based on the complex tissue. So thanks a lot, keep watching.